We are just weeks into Ohio's restaurant reopenings, but some of the big names in the industry are unhappy with the state's new guidelines.
They sure are. They're joining in a lawsuit together now, seeking to block enforcement of those regulations. 5 on Your Side investigator Scott Knoll with more tonight from Beachwood.
The lawsuit was filed by 2 attorneys here. In it, restaurants claim the state overstepped its authority and wrote rules too vague to enforce. The warnings from inspectors, Harry Buffalo on East 4th Street downtown, failure of employees to wear face coverings, Ohio City's town hall not meeting 6-foot rule, and Frank and Tony's in Willoughby, concerns about social distancing. The restaurants now among 8 filing suit against Governor Mike DeWine and Ohio Director of Health Amy Acton over the state's rules for restaurants.
Obviously, the COVID-19 pandemic is a national health emergency, and we're all very sensitive to that. And we're not saying that we're not. What we're saying is that does not suspend our constitutional rights.
Attorneys for the restaurants say the rules put in place allowing establishments to reopen are too vague for owners to enforce. As an example, they point to a rule requiring diners to stay seated.
If somebody gets up out of their seat at the restaurant, what are our clients supposed to do? Grab them and put them back in their seat?
Attorneys filed the suit in Lake County. That's the same court that threw out the state's order closing gyms. Attorney Tom Connick says that ruling did play a role in where the case was filed, but this one assigned to a different judge. Connick hoping to get a hearing soon, asking the court to block enforcement of the rules, believing restaurants may not survive a summer of trying to comply with the state's guidelines.
I don't think so, and I think there's going to be some restaurants who are not going to recover, period. Not only from the regulations for this summer, but dating back to the original orders.
The state has not responded to the suit in court. Today, a governor's spokesman declined to comment on the pending case. In Beachwood, I'm 5 on Your Side investigator Scott Knoll.